This is Chris Lee with Bustin Loose on The Chris Lee Show. Bustin Loose is designed to help you to lead a more fulfilling life by busting loose from negative and stagnant ways of thinking and speaking. So today's Bustin Loose, win from within. I'm going to share with you a strategy to get the results that you've always wanted. Now, the first thing you're going to want to know about, you don't need to master this to begin experiencing success, but you do need to be aware of it, and that is something called the law of attraction. The first thing that everybody always says when I mention the law of attraction is the movie The Secret, and that movie did a good job of introducing the concept of the law of attraction, but there's a lot more to the law of attraction than what was in that movie. I'm going to give you an overview of the law of attraction, and I'll give you just enough information to be dangerous. If the law of attraction is not your area of expertise, and it may not even be your area of interest, that's okay. I just want to at least let you know what it is so that you have a fighting chance when you start to have negative thoughts or negative self-talk. And it happens to even the best of it. It happens to everybody. So the law of attraction is defined as this. I attract to myself whatever I give attention, energy, and focus to, whether negative or positive. I'll say it again. This is the law of attraction. I attract to myself, or I attract to my life, whatever I give my attention, energy, and focus to, whether negative or positive. Sounds great, but what does that mean to you, right? Well, another way of saying it is like attracts like. I'm sure you've heard the term, where intent flows, energy goes. Well, everyone says that they've heard that before, right? But what does that really mean? That means, simply put, that whatever we choose to focus on, we get more of that which is our focus. Do you know anybody, because I know it's not you, but do you know anybody that complains all the time? And it seems like the more that they complain, the more things they have in their life to complain about, the more bad things seem to happen to them. That's the law of attraction in action. And sometimes people get things a little bit twisted because the law of attraction doesn't judge. The law of attraction does one thing. It matches vibrations. So I'm going to teach you how to use the law of attraction on purpose because it's working in your life whether you realize it or not. So it's best to try and find out how to use it on purpose. And like I said, it's at work all the time, just like gravity. But many people have not learned how to attract things on purpose. They're attracting things by default. So here's a basic understanding that I want you to grasp. When you're feeling good, you're attracting positive things. When you're in a negative state of mind, you're attracting negative things. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be happy all of the time. That's not normal, right? But when you're feeling down or angry or upset, these feelings are indicators that something in your life is out of balance. So if you're feeling bad, if you're feeling in a negative frame of mind, that's okay. As I mentioned, it's just an indicator that something in your life is out of balance, and you have the opportunity to fix that now that you have the awareness. When you're in a negative frame of mind, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? And you will learn a lot about yourself, and you'll learn a lot about your emotions and some of the emotions that you experience, and you'll start to notice patterns. And again, having the awareness allows you the opportunity to change the pattern if you want to. You might not want to. You might not be ready. What you're doing might work for you, or the patterns that you're experiencing in your life, that might be where you are right now and where you want to be, and that's fine. So how does someone deliberately attract? How do you use the law of attraction on purpose? Here's the key. It's very simple. We don't have to complicate it at all. The key is feeling good, positive, and upbeat as much as possible. I'm going to use the word vibe. You've heard me use that before. I talked about a vibe. That's short for a vibration. And a vibration is simply a mood or a feeling or a frequency. We all vibrate. Every living thing vibrates a frequency, and it attracts other things that vibrate at the same frequency. So a positive vibe equals a positive attraction. A negative vibe equals a negative attraction. I'm sure you've heard this saying, 10% of life is what happens to you, and 90% of life is how you react. Think about these situations. Your car breaks down. You've lost your job. Your biggest account or your biggest client cancels. Those are all very undesirable things. But how do you respond? What do you do? Sometimes we make things way worse in our minds than they need to be. And sometimes a situation actually might be a really bad situation. But we have setbacks. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, life goes on. You can't just stop because you've had a setback. You can slow down for a while. You might be able to stop for a little bit, but life goes on. Imagine falling down on the ice, on the East Coast, and here in the Midwest, it's very cold. It's the wintertime right now, and it gets slick out when it snows or it might rain and freeze over. Imagine you go out on the ice and you fall down. You fall right on your back and it hurts, and you refuse to get up because you're upset that you fail. You're getting cold and your clothes are getting wet, but you're like, I'm not getting up because this is not fair that there's ice out here and I fell down. But when it comes down to it, if we want to create the success that we expect in our lives, if we want to have a fulfilling life, when you fall down, you got to get up and you got to keep it moving. The one biggest thing that will help you right away, regardless of if things are going great in your life right now or if things are going kind of crappy in your life right now, the one biggest thing that will help you right away is to shift your focus into a place of gratitude. That's all. That's all you got to do. Before you write one single affirmation, before you write one single desire statement, before you do one single visualization about what it is that you want, be thankful for all that you have and thankful for all that you've been through. When you're in a place of gratitude, you are in a place to begin to use the law of attraction and attract more things into your life that you want. That, my friends, is how you put the law of attraction in action. This has been Bustin Loose, and you've been listening to The Chris Lee Show. Connect with me on Instagram and Twitter at Radio Host Chris. Visit the show page on Facebook, The Chris Lee Show. Just type that in the search bar. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Chris Lee.